Already a place where average veterans come to share their opinions about the world we live in. We can't promise. No, we can't guarantee you're gonna like our opinions. Holy cow!
We can't guarantee the system's going to work properly either, but we'll promise you we're going to give them to you anyway.
Jim,
And I'm Nate, and let's pull the pin ready.
holy cow, dude! I even messed up the intro because of that glitch.
We'll have to figure out what happened there. It's still recording. Hopefully, it's still working.
Jeez, technology is great, but I mean, sometimes it could be such a pain in the butt. I don't know what, you know what I mean? I don't know what's causing this problem, but maybe it's the NSA. The government's listening. They don't want us to go live.
Maybe they're listening, you
We
think?
need well, of course they're listening, but we're being stored on a server somewhere because they ain't got time to pay attention to us. Hell, if they did, our subscribers would just boost. But yeah, one day we get enough people subscribe where we need a live show, man. So you can say stuff you can't take back.
We don't edit these shows anyway, so it don't matter.
No, we don't. But there's a lot of people out there that say a lot of dumb stuff on the internet.
Oh.
So why not be one of them, right? And I think that too, because I saw something, I see these articles or something. There was an NBA player or something whose wife went on OnlyFans and he was all mad at her. And I'm sitting here thinking, I don't even know the dude's name. I don't know his wife's name. And even if I did, I wouldn't say it because I'm thinking they're really doing this to promote her OnlyFans page.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like these
let me go check her out.
These celebrities that thrive, they have this narcissistic behavior about attention, the attention whores, and you know who they are. Like, don't get me wrong. I mean, I like attention too. Maybe that could be contributed, maybe projection right here, but I'm not going to the extreme, to do things just to get attention. You know what I mean? I'm not going to that extreme where these people, that's what they do. And then what happens when they don't get attention? Like when we leave the military, we lose a mission in our life. We lose a purpose almost. What happens with these celebrities who are constantly
But you gain your freedom back.
Yes, right. Sure. Depends if you've already passed your 8-year commitment. Right. But you know what I'm saying is like what happens to these celebrities and these people who are constantly being drooled over in attention when they're not getting attention? That's PTSD worthy right there. That's stuff that, those people will do anything. They'll get in a bad relationship. They'll get beaten. They'll do whatever they need to do to get that attention back.
Well, we should get in the headlines.
For what?
For our show.
Yeah, but I'm not doing anything stupid to do that.
No, I said we should get into the headlines.
Oh, I thought you meant our show be in the headlines. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do something stupid just to be headline news. That's not. All right. Well, anyways, let's go see. Maybe we got some headlines. Maybe we are in some. All right, let's do that.
It's because we're average veterans.
Yeah.
We've been around the world. We know everything. I'll finish that part for you.
Sure. We went way off on the tangent. Anyway, liberal media outlets give zero airtime to Hamas caucus Democrats. That's not even an official name of them, are they?
I don't even know what the headline says.
It says that the Hamas caucus, which I don't think is a real thing. I don't think
are Democrats.
They're the Talib and all the America haters.
Oh, those people,
the squad or whatever they call them. I think they're calling them Hamas. Because I don't know. Maybe there is a real Hamas caucus. I don't know.
I think of course that's not an official name for them.
Well, but I don't know if that's what they're talking about because I didn't read the article, dude.
Oh, you're assuming that's who we're talking about, the squad.
Yeah, I'm
which
assuming
is not an official name either.
Right, because Talib, I think that was one of them. I do remember them seeing they didn't give her airtime, and some of the stupid stuff she was saying, dude. Like, I mean, how many times we got to beat a dead horse? You can support Palestinians. You can support. You could probably even support Hamas. Although I wouldn't recommend it. But you can. But you still can condemn the terrorist actions they did. You have no problem condemning anything Israel did or is going to do, and you condemn Israel. Period. So obviously your bias is very strong, and obvious. But you can still say something is bad while supporting the people who did it, saying we need to change because this is not the message we want. You know what I mean? It's like police. It's like I can support police because I believe in their mission and what they do, and I believe there's a lot of good ones out there. But I can still say there's dirtbag policemen that ruin it for everybody.
Yeah,
I can still call out the bad cops.
So you're saying there's good Hamas, but the bad ones are not good?
I don't know that. I don't know enough about it to say that. I mean, it's like saying the KKK again. I know we've used this reference. So is there good KKK? I don't know, because if you believe in the charter, then
then
you're
yeah,
probably bad,
probably not.
period,
Yeah, it's
no matter
probably
what
good.
color your hood is, right?
It's probably a good way to look at it. Yeah, because the police
So
believe the good police believe what they're supposed to believe for the good of
yes, and
policing.
there's nothing in the
But bad
police.
ones get in who don't believe in the good of policing.
Yes, and there's
Okay, that
nothing
makes
in the
sense.
police code that is evil against people. Hamas straight up says the Jews will die. The KKK would straight up say that, black people were not even black, it was more than black people, wasn't it just people,
Non-whites, I
non-whites?
think. Yeah,
Right. So their charter, their beliefs, it's just like, religion. I mean, if you believe in what the charter is, now if there's an argument between interpretation, sure, have that conversation. But if it clearly says, I kill all people and you subscribe to it, then yes, you've just put yourself in that group. You probably belong to be labeled. You probably
yeah.
deserve the label you get. So that's why I said I don't understand how people could support Hamas, because their charter specifically says to eliminate all Jews or eradicate all Jews and
Well, then you got
non-Muslims or
them. Then
something.
you got them saying that they're sending funding into Gaza to support the Palestinians. We're like, well, that's the enemy, isn't it?
Well, the Palestinians may not be,
Because they
but the
support
Palestinians support
Hamas,
Hamas, right?
who's the
So,
enemy. So yeah, it's a big mess
right.
who to fund over there and who not to fund.
But that's the interesting thing, though, and I don't blame, like, even the liberal media. They get it. There are still people out there to get it, that it's a terrorist organization. Like, I mean, but then again, look at Trudeau in Canada. The dude wore blackface or a KKK outfit, and he still has a job. People still listen to this dude. So I guess some people can get away with it anyway. So what does it matter, really? None of this really matters because there's no standard. There's no standard. Because to
Next,
me, honestly, if you're going to cancel people, I don't believe in canceling, and I don't think blackface and the KKK, if it was worn as a costume or something, it's probably insensitive. But there's so many other costumes that are really insensitive to other people too. You know what I mean? So I don't think the man should have been judged by that unless he was an active participant and doing things
right?
against,
Yeah, but
people.
other costumes don't fit certain agendas, so they're not too
Right,
bad.
right. So if you went and put on a an old style military outfit with a swastika and the whole thing as a German soldier, you know what I mean? What was the purpose of it? Was it to go out and kill? No, it wasn't. You're reenacting something like. So I think it's stupid to hold people accountable for wearing a costume for whatever purpose, because it's a costume, right? You understand the difference between a uniform and a costume. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I think if you belong to Hamas and you support Hamas, you deserve the label. You deserve the label just as much as they do, because their creed and their actions all line up with evil. It's just that simple.
It's kind of like
Palestinian, no, it's a different one.
support,
Palestinian's hard.
kind of like supporting Al Qaeda.
Right. But Palestinians, that's hard because I don't know. There could be good Palestinians, and I don't see a Palestinian. Even if they vote
Yeah,
for it,
and
could
I'm
be
sure
just a
that
majority.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. There's probably a minority that wants nothing to do with this at
It's
all.
just like America. Like, think about what our
Now,
country does.
granted, they still don't like Israel,
Sure.
but every country doesn't like some country, so whatever.
But that's what I said.
Yeah,
Think about our country. If I had to be held accountable for all the stupid stuff that the people in charge of my country is doing, I would think it's unfair too. Now, I do subscribe to America, but I don't subscribe to the people who are not living according to the Constitution and doing what the country stands for. Our country stands for many good things, but the people running it ignore those, and they do their own stuff. And then they take us to wars and kill people we don't need to be. That I can't subscribe to, but I understand why people would hate us. But I wish them the same grace that I'm trying to give the people of Palestine. You know what I mean? But in the same token, if we don't do something to overthrow the evil people in our country, then we deserve the label anyway.
sure.
So I think I said it before another episode, so I'm just repeating myself. But Israel to Hamas, no ceasefire, surrender unconditionally, or die.
I mean, what can you say to that?
I think that says enough. I think Israel's been very fair. They've given warnings. Get out, because we're coming in.
Here's the
They've given
argument.
warnings.
Here's the argument to that. Now, but you're still killing innocent people and children just like Hamas did, so you're no better than Hamas.
Well, I don't believe that, because you're not really killing it. You're telling them to get out. Because if I was coming, like, for a doctor, let's say you go to surgery because you got cancer,
If
right?
Canada told you to get out of your house and leave, are you going to get out of your house and leave?
Canada, that would be a joke, dude. Who would Canada? How would Canada do that?
If someone else told you to get out of your house and leave, are you leaving?
Well,
Are you going to stay and defend yourself?
well, let me, yeah. Well,
That's kind
let
of
me
like
put it this way. No, let me put it this way.
bring it to your own house, as you like to say.
Right, but use this whole scenario, Nate. You can't just take that thing and say make a call on it. Use the whole scenario. If your brother living in your house went out and murdered 3 people next door, and the police said we're coming to arrest your brother, you can get the hell out, or we're going to shoot up the whole house. Would you get out? Yes, you would.
No,
Or
but
you
like
turn your brother in.
exactly. Here's my brother.
Right. The
See ya.
point is, you would do something to avoid them coming in. So if I was Palestine, I would be getting Hamas out of my country and turning them over to Israel. That's what I would be doing. I wouldn't stay in there and fight against Israel and protect the people who just created the problem for me.
But those Palestinians might get killed by Hamas too for trying to
okay.
tell them where they
So
are.
you might get killed by your brother. What do?
Yeah, I get rid of them.
Exactly. You're still going to fight for what's yours. And
exactly.
if the easier
so
fight
you're going
is
to fight
to take
for what's
your
yours.
brother
So
out,
why am I going to leave my house? I'm going to stand and fight for what's mine. So
because
Israel is doing the same thing in the
no,
Gaza Strip because they choose to.
I don't see it that way. I don't see it that way because
But it
you're
is the same
refusing.
way.
No, you're refusing to take the evil out of your house. You're refusing to. So the police have to do it.
So I shot Hamas in my house. I killed them out of my house.
Okay.
Israel's still coming in.
Well, they were not going to come in and kill you.
Well, they're killing innocent civilians and children. Supposedly, I don't know.
I don't believe that.
That's what I'm being told by the media.
No,
the media is telling me that.
I mean, well, it's just like overseas in Afghanistan, all that. How many children put on vests with bombs on them?
Mm-hmm.
So what's the story? The story's not a bomb threat taken out. The
story was not told to me in this conflict, so I can't believe it.
Well, yeah, but just like the hospital, dude. The media ran with the hospital being bombed. Turns out it was Hamas that bombed their own hospital by accident. Like, and it wasn't even the hospital; it was the parking lot.
And there were that many people in the parking lot?
50 people's not unheard of.
Was that what it was?
Yeah, I think it was like 50 people or something.
And
the hospitals are bringing people in because of conflict or whatever.
Yeah.
But my point I'm getting at is clean up your own problem. If your brother was just a problem in your house to your family, that's your business. The police wouldn't get involved. But if your brother was a problem to the neighbors, now the police have a duty. Israel has a duty to protect the other citizens. And if you're not willing to get rid of it,
let's do it this way. Canada doesn't like our politicians. Basically, that's what Hamas is as politicians for Palestine. So they don't like our politicians. So we're coming into your country. You better leave your DC houses because we're coming for your politicians.
No, you're missing the point. We didn't go into Canada and kill a bunch of their citizens and then say, don't come in here and take our people.
So we did.
If we did, then sure, so be it.
All right. So are you leaving? Are you leaving?
No, I'm taking out the people in my own country. I'm defending my land against the evil within my land.
I'm taking out this headline.
That's why I say Israel wouldn't have to come in if Palestine's got rid of Hamas.
No, here's some more Hamas. Let's keep going.
Yes. See, this is smart right here. Czech. I love that word. Czech defense minister calls for her nation to leave UN over their failure to condemn Hamas.
Well, then you got the hold on. Georgia president who wants to join the UN because they don't want Hamas.
The UN's a joke, dude. The UN is a joke. It's a money magnet for a bunch of politicians to just go and steal money and go on vacations. It's a joke.
And the only people that pay their fair share are the U.S., and that was a whole big issue before.
It's a joke. And I even watched, I think, the Iranian guy sit there, come to the United States in the UN. We let these people that want to kill us come to the United States and then talk trash about us right there on our own property.
Yeah.
Like, what? It's a joke. To just disband the UN. I worked in the UN when I was in the military. We were one of the first combat units to serve under the UN, wearing blue helmets, white vehicles, freaking targets. It was the stupidest thing in the world. It was worse than humanitarian service. It was dumb. It was just dumb. So I don't see a purpose for the United Nations. I just don't. And if it was really that good, why are we almost in World War III?
I take my comment back. They didn't want to join the UN. They wanted to join the EU. I had to use backwards. Never mind.
Yeah. Well, that's not surprising because they're one of the ones too. I think that.
They're on Russia's border. They don't want to.
But this is good. Like people should, like I said, if Hamas, call them out. I'm not saying you have to go do evil atrocities to these people. Call them out.
Yeah.
Get them out. No different than, like I said, we've been talking about it. Like KKK was pretty dominant back in its day and people supported it. I don't know why, but we got rid of it. And if it still exists, it's in very small hidden pockets. Call it out. Get rid of it. Don't rely on other people to come into your country and have to eradicate something that's hurting them. You do it. And if you're afraid, like most countries are, you call the other country to come do it. And that's exactly what's happening.
Just stop sending your money to the UN. That's basically how you leave it. You don't have to leave it. Just, I'm not going to pay my fair share anymore.
Yeah, well, the UN just, it needs to be done. It's just that simple, man.
Like this headline.
All right. This is the last one here. All right. So, yeah, this is totally off topic. This might take us out easy. Well, maybe not. LASIK eye surgeries curtailed at Fort Cavazos. Why is that Cavazos?
Yeah.
Because of doctor shortage. Where the heck is that?
So I'm going to explain this to you because I know right where it's at because we've both been stationed there together.
Oh, we were?
Yeah. Is it a doctor shortage because we can't afford them, or did we spend so much money changing names of Army installations that we can't have doctors anymore? So that used to be Fort Hood.
What?
That's Fort Hood now.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I refuse to use that word.
Cavazos.
Let me read that. LASIK eye surgeries curtailed at Fort Hood because of a doctor shortage. I refuse to play this stupid game. I don't even care who this Cavazos is or whatever. It's just, no, sorry. That's crazy, though. But what do you think, though? You think
he's not racist like Hood was? I don't even know who Hood was, but
I don't either. But, whatever, dude. It's just, it's the stupidest thing in the world because there's only one Hood in the world, right?
He was a Confederate general or soldier or something. I don't know.
Well, I figured that, right? I figured because the Confederacy's all bad, right?
Yep.
It's all bad. And so what about this doctor shortage? Like, is this a surprise? I mean, they obviously don't get paid like they do on the outside.
Oh, it didn't say military doctor. This is doctor shortage. A lot of doctors nowadays on post are all civilians.
Yeah, but they do charitable work, or because they take a pay cut. They don't get paid like civilian doctors do.
Well, they don't have to have the malpractice insurance either, though. So they got to save money there.
Yeah, exactly. So they can go in and do whatever the hell they want and experiment on soldiers. I'm telling you, dude, when I had my shoulder surgery, I was in, in Saudi Arabia, and I went to this hospital that was approved. I had a Lebanese doctor, and like he was putting me under, and I'm just me and this doctor and the nurse, and he's putting me under, and he's like, "Now, which shoulder was it? 10, 9." I'm like, "What?"
I think he was just joking with you.
He was joking. He turned out to be a good dude, but the point is, like, I don't know the dude. You know what I mean? I don't know the guy. So, but yeah,
that does happen. They do the wrong one, like, oh shit, like going for like amputation, they amputate the wrong leg.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what I said. So why would you want to? It's just like police. Why would you want to be a doctor in the military unless you suck at your job and you need money and you know what I mean?
Well, one reason they want to be a doctor in the military so they don't have any school loans. That's a good reason to be a doctor in the military for a while. Pay all your loans off.
Yeah, but you're not making as much money.
But you're making retirement.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, because I do know there's plenty of doctors out there who want to give back. I do know that. So I know some of them don't really care about the big money and going, you know what I mean? I do know that. So I'm not even saying all the doctors are bad, but it doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me. And I've seen some really bad doctors in the Army. So guys that you would never go to, if they had their own practice, then no one would go there. You know what I mean? But the Army took them. And that's what's going to happen here. They're going to just take a bunch of unqualified people. They're going to offer them a bonus that they won't pay them and then let them work for 6 years. We're like, where's my bonus? Oh, that comes another 6 years.
Rate us one more time.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right, Nate, we're going to get out of here because we'll probably go need a doctor after these episodes. But good things are shortage, so I guess we're just going to die in peace at home. But anyways, thanks for showing up again, Nate. Appreciate you. Thank you all out there for watching, sharing, liking, subscribing, and funding. Well, yeah. Anyways, until then, Godspeed.
And pull the pin ready. Boom.
Thanks for joining us here at Pull the Pin Already. We hope you had as much fun as we did. If you like what we do, go ahead and hit that like button and share this video with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button so you don't miss out on any of our future episodes. But most importantly, leave a comment below. Let us know if you agree or disagree with our opinions. Hope to see you here next time on Pull the Pin Already.